to your weekly intuitive read with me, Crystal. Similar to that, pick a card, pick a stone. This week, pick an eye. The intention behind these reads are to better align you to that higher self. Only when we are present and aware of the paths, options, and opportunities available to us are we better equipped to make the right decision. Therefore, putting us on the highest and best path for our own evolution, not only for self, but for those around us. This week, pick an eye. I ask that you take your time, observe, follow that which is calling to you, and to find out what a weekly read, what a weekly intuitive message may have in store for you. I'd like to give my gratitude to all those that have been following me, that have supported me, and if you're new, welcome. If you do like what you see, what you hear, please do share, comment. I genuinely am interested, love hearing what's going on in your guys' life and how these reads are helping you maneuver through this thing called life. As always, I've placed the timestamps below. Take your time, view over, and let's get to your guys' weekly read. To the group that chose the I with the B. I look at this picture and immediately this brings to me somebody that's been busy at work. I've laid your cards, I've meditated. And I have no doubt that you've been working hard to try to manifest, to bring something into fruition, but maybe feeling a bit discouraged because not all of your work has paid off immediately. Maybe you're not reveling and marveling at the manifestation yet because it's not within your possession. See, your underlying energy comes with the Six of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. It's an awful a lot of giving or a lot of taking, but there's not much of a balance. As I go further into the energies, I can't help but think the underlying energy is that of you overextending yourself, overexpending yourself, putting a lot of energy to what it is you hope to hold in your hands. Where you're currently at, what are the options that are laying in front of you? Comes with an oracle card, that of action. Now, this can seem counterintuitive in that you may be saying, well, Crystal, that's what I've been doing. I've been acting and taking action and working. But what I think it may be asking of you is a different kind of action than you may initially think. See, what crosses you is the Four of Wands. Now, this is about celebration, about finding that stability. But also as a challenge, is forgetting the things that are important, the small things that count. As I like to say, the small things that aren't so small. It's about taking account of where you are now and the gifts that are provided in the moment. Whatever it is that you're aiming for, you are highly intuitive. You follow your intuition. You instinctively know. And that's clarified with the High Priestess. My question is, have you allowed the downloads of how to proceed come through? Or have you been focused so much on the tangible to-dos rather than the guidance of how? And if you have, is what holds you back is deep-seated rooted fear. You know, having faith, it's always so much easier to say have faith, trust the process. But to implement that, are scary as shit. Having faith takes courage. But I don't doubt, and I don't wonder if what really holds you back are the deep deep-seated fears. We have the Nine of Swords, but it's in reverse. It's the programming. It is beyond what keeps us up at night. It's an internal programming. It's correlated to that quote of life's not so much about becoming, but rather unbecoming. To step into what you know and you feel, but get in that mind and heart in coherence. What I think Spirit would really like you to know in this opportunity of taking action is to bring you back into alignment. If you continue without taking a moment to tune in to your internal guidance, and however that may be, obviously I advocate meditation. But if we act on the impulse, if we act in the push of things, we can act recklessly. We can allow reactions to take over the recognition of response. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse, bringing hostile energy if necessary, a frustration, a need to control and dominate to get you where you want to go. But it comes out and it's clarified with the Ace of Cups upright. A clear indicator that when you're acting out of place, when you are acting out of a place of love, self-love, love for others, you immediately begin to gain a different perspective. Your responses become innate awareness, softer, tender, a guided impulse, a guided intuition, a guided answer, rather than living sporadically in the moment. And I can't help but feel like the Spirit's really trying to cue you in on this for this week. Otherwise, we follow the Page of Cups, but it's in reverse. A cautionnaire that you may miss synchronicities, signs that your angels and your team may be trying to provide to you. So rather than living on autopilot, this week, maybe bring yourself back to alignment. Now, in my meditation and getting all this, let's go back to the action card, right? The face of all that's happening. The counterintuitive, I've been working, but you're telling me to come back and do this. Yes. But there was a message I could get from Spirit to you. Maybe it is a time to take action. But rather, put what you are working so hard and diligently at rest for a moment. Not forever. It's not to say it won't manifest, that it won't be created, whatever it is that you have been putting all your energy and focus on. But rather, can you step into something different? Can you change up your environment, your habitual routines, even if it's for a day or two? Do something to help stimulate the different aspects of the brain, to bring into the coherence when you want to speak with Spirit, to release the analytical mind, and to maybe go into the creativity. Whatever you can do that's completely out of the norm may surprise you in helping you bring you back to a center. Do something different. And in doing so, you shake up your world and you shake up your perspective. And you allocate yourself an opportunity to get a different view, a different approach, different reminders of what is important. Yes, the victory, the celebration of what you've been working for, I think it's coming. But you don't want to forget what's happening in the process, who you are becoming and who you are evolving to be in this adventure of yours. This is only a chapter of all that's to be. Take time for yourself. Take time to shake things up. Come back to your spirit team. I hope this helps for the week ahead. I have so much love. Please let me know how it resonates. And, as always, namaste, guys. To the group that chose the butterfly of the eye of the butterfly. I've laid your cards. I've gone into meditation. The immediate physical sensation I pick up on is pressure. I feel it in my head, like a headache almost. But it goes beyond just the headache. There's pressure within. What is this pressure? The analogy, the thought that comes to my head is like Pandora's box, right? Sometimes our soul, our curiosity wants to understand more, to go deeper. And when we do, our soul has a way of revealing things, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's comfortable. And I don't wonder if maybe you are amongst a revelation of a new. But the only way we can understand that new revelation is understanding the contrast of what it holds, so that we can see the white with the contrast of the black, or see the black with the contrast of white. But I would like to clarify, before we go deep, contrast, every bit of it is a good thing. What we have for your underlining energy is the Two of Pentacles. It represents an unbalance, pressure. I would almost say this is the pressure that I'm feeling. The scales that lean one way or the other, currently maybe not in your favor. It's imbalance. Trying to conceive it all and understand the full circumstances of where you are. The face of the week, the face of the card, the challenge, the obstacle, the face of the matter, let me put it that way, comes up with the Oracle of the Angel of Balance, which is fully supported with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. It's a time to regain your balance, to gain a new perception, and to maybe tip the scale of perception into equality, to a broader understanding. And something to focus on for this week. Because the challenge that lays is either you're going to rise victoriously and be victorious about it, or else lay defeated and lay in the self-victim mentality. It's a challenge. It's your choice. Currently, wherever you've been, what you've been going through, my loves, has left you feeling quite defeated, as we have the Seven of Wands that pops up next. The boundaries, the defining line between what you stand for and what you don't, has been bent, has folded over. And I can't help but think it's transpired and put you through a rabbit hole, a spiraling effect of a downward cycle. And when we do that, coming into a victimized mode, if you will, the perception base, we can't help but want to compare our circumstances to others. It can leave us feeling judgmental, feeling a bit jealous, upset. But what Spirit would like to remind you is that often Many of us struggle to live in our own authenticity as is, admitting to struggles and that life is not perfect. But what they choose to present is rather a facade. And when you compare yourself, you're comparing yourself to what another chooses to reveal. See, we have the Queen of Pentacles that represents that of the self-loathing. It represents that of the jealousy, the comparison. Clarified with the Seven of Cups, which what you're comparing yourself to may be delusional. Not saying you're delusional, but what you think when you try to measure yourself up against somebody, is it really what you're measuring yourself up against? Or just what people choose to show you? A reminder that not one of us will ever fully understand or comprehend what another individual is fully undergoing. While many will walk around with smiles, they're fighting their own demons as well. Should you continue this route, comes with a strong cautionary. You can feel cold and bitter towards others. We have the King of Cups in reverse. If you're not being manipulated, you can manipulate others. You can find yourself manipulating others. This doesn't serve anybody. And if you don't have your boundaries in line, you could be easily manipulated. If you're comparing yourself, you are giving yourself the own delusion of a contrast that may not even exist. Let me clarify. In using this opportunity of contrast and how we can utilize those energies to best serve us. If I go deeper, what is it in my meditation? I don't wonder if you are plagued with guilt and shame. And what does guilt and shame resonate to? Well, guilt is a recognition of not living up to our own standards, not living up to our full potential. Shame is not living up to another's belief, whether that's your own belief or the standard that somebody else has set for us. It's to forget that we are human and we make mistakes, and to better correct and put ourselves in alignment. To remember that we are perfect and whole as is. See, we come out with a clarifier, or clarifying the advice from Spirit. We have the Judgment in reverse. Again, advocating, showing that the line, the energy that you're riding on right now is that of self-loathing, victimhood. But you have the opportunity to turn it around. I feel like there is a big calling, an invitation right now to be under a new revelation of yourself. See, we have the Three of Pentacles. Now normally we can see the Three of Pentacles about collaboration, but what streams to me is this recognition of why we collaborate. Because everybody has special gifts that they bring to the table that can help finish a project, giving it special touches, divine gifts that we all bring. I can't help but feel more than ever, guys, to utilize the contrast that you are undergoing right now, whether it's guilt or shame-based beliefs or judgment that's been cast upon you or to others, is to release that excess energy, the pressure that's been building, the unbalance of it all, to bring it back to center, and to remember that you too, like the rest, every single one of us, the wake-up call of a divine gift that you have, to start putting your energy into the recognition of your soul's beauty, the authenticity, The thing that you bring to this world that nobody else can do like you. And you've got something extremely special, as we all do. It's a time to bring that to life. To cast away the guilt and to rise into that which you know you are, which is love if you don't know. If you just need a little reminder. To cast off the shame. And that you are whole as you are. To use the contrasting energies in your favor. To awake to the divinity and the light that you are and the gift that you bring that nobody else can do. The collaboration. And you are needed, my friend. To switch up the energies and use the contrast of what you're experiencing in your favor. To recognize what it is that you don't want and what you do want. And that whatever you're going through right now is really a gift if you utilize it correctly, leaving you to be victorious. But the choice is always in your hands. How will you proceed? And the best place to start is call upon the angels of balance. Bring the equilibrium of it all. To find a medium through what you're going through. It will not happen overnight, but this is a great place to start this week if you're undergoing or feeling these energies. And above all else, to remember how special you are. You really are special. To turn this judgment into your wake-up call. But the choice is yours. Please let me know how this resonates. If I can give you any comfort, I assure you, we've all been there. And at times we will reapproach it. I will be the first to say, I've undergone my own guilt and shame. And also delivered the biggest blessing and gifts when embraced properly. I have so much love for you guys. And as always, best of luck for the next week. Namaste. To the group that chose the eye with the fish. I've laid your cards. I've meditated. And immediately can I just tell you, my body has welded with emotion. There is vibration, there's quivers, there are shakes. There are tinglings of downloads, there is a massive amount of energy that floods this reading. Our immediate underlying energy comes with the hangman. The opportunity to see things differently. What is it that you're trying to see differently, though? Well, this is going to come more on the energetic field of the meditation, of what I'm picking up. You, my friend, are amongst a great change. It's the analogy of amongst the storm, you can't see clear. It's only when you are out that the clouds shift away. But I feel like you are amongst a dramatic change, if not now, potentially on its way. Something that's preparing you. What stands out in the face of this week comes with the Oracle of Angel of Love. Amongst the energy I've picked up with the meditation and reading this card, I feel like you're very much surrounded by lots of support. Your angels, your guides, are here to support you and to bring you back into internal alignment. The frequency and vibration of love. When you are trying to gain a different perspective of what's happening within your life right now, or may be coming, is to remember to come center, to heart center, to try to see things and to honor what is happening. Much like how Mother Nature comes and will clear out with a natural disaster, but in its wake, leaving a devastation, also gives the opportunity for the opportunity to create anew. I'm even struggling with my words. What crosses you to even give further clarification to this, is the world. It is the face of the challenge. You have a brand new chapter that's in the making. Will you accept it, or will you fall back into old habitual ways? Will you embrace a new, an unfamiliar? The next step, the next stage of your life, it feels that it's presenting itself. And that doesn't always mean it feels safe. It doesn't mean that it feels comfortable. The energy is very, very intense, my friends. So, as we go deeper, what is this actually all about? And I think it has to do with recognizing how the past has not served you, as we gain the Six of Cups, right? Reminiscing the nostalgia of your past life. And it comes out and clarifies with the High Priest, which is known as our Hierophant in the traditional tarot. To me, this is a significant change of the dogma, changing what has been your social norm, changing what you have come to understand your whole life. An opportunity to create a brand new. And sometimes with that, we have to release what we thought was a truth and embrace and feel into what we know is a truth. Releasing old relationships that no longer serve us, that don't put us on our highest path of potential. And guys, that can be heartbreaking. That can cause grieving. But with it coming out, I think you know. Maybe it's the bridge of gapping between the two, amongst the chaos and the storm. Excuse me. What is even further interesting is the next two cards that come out. They come out together. They both come in reverse, and they're both sevens. We have the Seven of Cups, but it comes in reverse. And the Seven of Swords, that also comes in reverse. Now, reversals sometimes are frowned upon, but if there was going to be two cards that come in reverse, these are the two I would definitely want to. Seven of Clubs, excuse me, maybe it's your throat chakra too. The Seven of Cups in reverse. This is about the clarity. Okay, this is the position of these cards is to demonstrate what the struggle might be that you are coming to overcome or trying to conquer. Seven of Cups is trying to gain that pure clarity, crystal clear vision, right? And all the while being brutally honest. Honest about what has gotten you here and what's going to take you forward. These are the energies, I would assume, with the Hangman, you're trying to gain the different perspective. Where is the perception and the radical honesty? Because a lie, the betrayal, the deceit that we give to ourselves or we've taken from others never serves us. And this, my friend, is why I think the Eye of the Storm is here to clear out, to give you that vision, to bring you the radical honesty, which in the moment can cause a lot of grief, but in the long term can be liberating. So do hold strong. What Spirit would like you to know is that this is not an overnight process. What you have been dealing with, what you are about to potentially leave and enter into, the Eye of the Storm, doesn't happen necessarily in a blink of an eye. You are amongst unconditioning of habitual habits, ways of thinking. Slow and steady will win the race. Comes out with the Knight of Pentacles. It's one of the slowest nights. But when they do a job, they do it right. They gain the clarity and insight. They don't miss a corner. And much like this reading, you have to forgive me, I'm literally shaking. This is insane. And much like this reading, to enter into the next stage of your life, you want to do it right. If you bypass or skid through or take any shortcuts, universe will make sure that it comes back so you can learn it again. You are dissolving karmic ties, ancestral curses, whatever you want to say. You are amongst it and you are in the eye of the storm. What Spirit would like you to know as the outcome is the Ace of Cups, correlating very tightly with the face of the matter, the Angel of Love. Ace of Cups to me, the Ace of Cups to me represents self-love. Embracing all that you are, your perfections, your imperfections. And amongst that, can you honor all that arises in the storm? Honor the anger, honor the frustration, honor the process of whatever emotions that are arising, high and low, as you take a different perspective, as you are looking at all of this. No more time for suppressing, time to embrace. Because in the embracing, you are now embracing all that you are, the authenticity of who you are, and that takes time. Because amongst getting to know you is to embrace that self-love. You're taking the time to know the deep essence of your soul. What you came here for, what you stand for, what you believe in, who you want to be and who you are striving. What is in the cornerstone of all of that. Embrace all that has come. Know in time the storm will clear. Slow and steady will win the race. You are supported. And take harmony that the truth will illuminate and show you the right way. You will gain clarity if you can endure the storm, but you can't rush it. You are stepping in. You are amongst soul growth. A huge chapter is underway. And I wish you the best of luck. Please let me know how this resonates. Your energy is intense. I'm gonna have to ground. I have so much love for you guys. And until next time, namaste.